Like emotional abuse, psychological abuse doesn't leave bruises, but the damage that it does is very real. If in your romantic relationship you feel uneasy or anxious all of the time, if you doubt your own thoughts, memories, feelings, and abilities, you might be experiencing psychological abuse, or mental abuse as it's also called. Let's break down what psychological abuse really is and look at the tactics that are often used to do it. Psychological abuse is when somebody tries to hurt or control somebody else by messing with their thoughts and their feelings. It doesn't leave bruises, like I said before, but it can damage their confidence, their happiness, and their ability to trust others. And their ability to trust themselves. That's probably the most sinister part of it. In the short term, this kind of abuse can make you feel confused, exhausted, and trapped. It chips away at your confidence, isolates you from support, and makes you question your own reality. And the longer it lasts, the worse it can get. Long-term effects: feeling anxious, sad, or scared all of the time, losing confidence and feeling like nothing that you do is good enough, having a hard time trusting people in future relationships, whether that is romantic relationships or other relationships. Health problems caused by stress like headaches, stomach issues. This can even go into heart failure and chronic illnesses. Struggling with money if the abuser controlled your job or your finances as a part of the psychological abuse. Now let's look at how abusers do this and the tricks that they use to stay in control. The first one maybe you've heard of before. It was kind of a topic for a while. It's called gaslighting, something that I talk about in the Scary Survival System at the very beginning, because we talk about your intuition is your internal danger warning system. And the biggest and most effective tool to use against that is gaslighting. So gaslighting is when somebody makes you doubt that what is real is actually real. They might say things didn't happen when they did, change the story, or tell you that you're imagining things. For example, they take your phone and then they say, I don't know why you always misplace things. It was right there on the table. I saw it. Why is this so hard for you? You're always losing things. You're so unresponsible. Irresponsible. And then if they do that enough, it soaks in over time and it programs you to believe I'm irresponsible. They need to take my stuff because I'm not capable of handling this on my own. I can't even do basic things. And then that becomes, how could I discern that there is danger here, or what is real and what is not? I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. I need to trust this other person because I can't trust myself. 2. Manipulation. When the abuser changes the way that things seem so they look innocent and you feel guilty. They use your kindness or love to control you. For example, after everything I've done for you, you're really going to leave me? Because they know that if they say this, you'll feel terrible and you won't leave them. Or another one that I have had used on me before is, you're a Christian. You can't forgive me. You're supposed to forgive for everything. The fact that I cheated on you, the fact that I threatened you and kids, why are you not forgiving me? I'm never going to follow God. I want anything to do with Christians at all because you're a terrible Christian because blah, blah, blah. And I'll make you stay. Or me, anyway. 3. The love bombing devaluing cycle. We talked about love bombing as being an emotional abuse tactic. The love bombing devaluing cycle is psychological. At first, they act super loving, giving lots of compliments, making big promises. So they're building rapport. And once they know that you care, then they start treating you badly, making you feel small, unimportant, or impossible to please. A few videos ago, we did domestic violence as a whole through the lens of Mel B. In one of the clips that I had watched of hers, she talked about how her husband would tell her all of these terrible things about her, and her mom agreed that Like she heard him say things, and other people heard him say things to her that they could not believe that he was saying to another person, that they never heard such terrible things. And at the same time, he would like interchange that with, "You're the most amazing, beautiful woman that I've ever known, and I am so addicted to you, and you're so great. You piece of crap. I can't believe blah blah blah." You know, and it is a psychological attack on you. You don't know what is up and what is down because you're great and they love you, and you're horrible and they hate you and you're disgusting, and then you're great again. And it really messes with your mind. I hope you're getting value from this video so far. I just wanted to take a second and say, if we haven't met yet, welcome. My name is April Hardy. On this channel, we teach women how to survive scary exes. Right now, we're just doing basics of domestic violence because I want people to be able to go to that playlist if they're questioning what is going on in my relationship, or what is going on in this person that I care about's relationship, so that they can kind of get foundations. And then we will get back into intimate partner homicide related survival things. Thank you for being here. We would love for you to join the community if you want to get information on these things and be empowered as a woman. We'd love to have you. 4, isolation. They try to keep you away from friends and family so that you rely on them. It might start fights or make you feel guilty for spending time with others. For example, your friends don't really care about you. I'm the only one who truly loves you. And that will probably not be how they would start off. They would probably start off a little more subtly. "I just want to spend time with you tonight. Do we really have to go and be with your family? Can't we do that another time? We don't hardly ever get any time together." And then eventually, you know, your cousin Bobby or your dad doesn't seem to really like me, right? I don't feel comfortable being around them. Can we just stay home? And then that will grow into other stuff. 5, blame shifting. They never admit when they're wrong. If they hurt you, they say it's because you made them do it. If you call them out on something that they've done, they say you're too sensitive or whatever. But there's always an excuse. There's always a reason why you're at fault and they're not. 6, projection. They accuse you of doing things they are actually doing. If they lie, they accuse you of lying. If they cheat, they accuse you of cheating. Both are very true. 7, triangulation. They use another person, like an ex or a friend, to make you feel jealous or unsure of yourself. They want you to compete for their attention. 8, punishment through withholding affection or silent treatment. Instead of talking about problems, they punish you by either ignoring you or refusing to show you affection. This makes you desperate to fix things, to get back into their good graces. And so it sort of takes your attention off of what they did and puts it instead on fixing the relationship and making things better. And so they get away with things. 9, threats and intimidation. They might not hit you, but they could still make you feel scared. They can punch walls, break things, or say things like, "You're going to regret this if I leave." I had an ex who would, when we were fighting, and I'm like, "I just want you to go away." He'd be like, "If I leave this house, I'm going to hurt some innocent person and it is going to be your fault. It's all on you. If I hurt them, if I kill them, it's not my fault. Even though I'm the one that's actually doing the thing and making the choice to do the thing, it is your fault." 10, guilt tripping. They make you feel like their happiness is your responsibility, so that you put your needs last to keep them from getting upset. 11, shifting goalposts. This one is obnoxiously effective. No matter what you do, it's never enough. They change the rules so that you're always failing. So let's say, for example, you need to lose 10 pounds. If you lose 10 pounds, you would be the most gorgeous thing, and then I wouldn't feel blah blah blah, and so you lose 10 pounds. And then they're like, yeah, but really, I thought that might be enough, but it's not. You need to do this instead. And it just keeps going. You never get there. Whatever the thing is, whether it's weight, it's looks, it's personality, it's career, it doesn't matter. Whatever the thing is that they're placing there, they just keep moving the goalpost back so that when you get to one, it's not enough. You gotta go further, and you gotta go further, and you're never there. And the last one we're going to talk about is coercive control. This is when an abuser slowly takes over every part of your life, controlling your time, your money, your decisions, even your thoughts. And that is a terrible place to be. It's one of the most dangerous kinds of psychological abuse. It makes you feel trapped. It makes you feel like you have no control, that you're not even a person anymore. Because if you don't even have control of your own thoughts, you don't have control over anything in your life, what are you? Who are you? It really, really messes with you. And I would just like to know that while these abuse tactics are not only used in narcissistic abuse, they are tools or tactics of the narcissist also. Because that is a very psychological game that they play. And these definitely are used by them. Question of the day. Have you ever experienced any of these tactics? Is there one that stood out to you? Let me know in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you. All abuse at its core is about power and control. The last tactic that I mentioned in this video was coercive control. It's a very damaging, degrading type of psychological abuse, and it bears looking into more. So in the next video, we're going to talk about what coercive control is, why it's so damaging, and how to break free. Until I see you again, please stay safe.